podcast. My name is brentbalfour and this is Destiny Ratan. Don't look her up on Instagram. You have to look her up on Instagram because, you know,
Why not? Why not,
she had
Brent?
thousands of followers.
I wish,
back
no.
in the day.
Thank
in
you.
the day.
Back in the day was really a
How
time.
went on? What you do?
Or the social media?
Yeah.
I think-
That's changed all of us.
No, Instagram disabled my account. That one went on. For what? I have no idea. Up till this day, it's still disabled. I don't know when they would disable me, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That
And then
is funny.
it's hilarious because why would they do that? You understand? And then now I had to make a new one, and we're going good so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, welcome back to today's episode. We are going to talk about relationships, right? We know all kind of people out there and all type of relationships out there, and what are expert in relationships?
Wow. No.
Edits, cut that. You
Yeah,
understand?
exactly. Cut. All right.
Yeah. But anyway, yes,
We have the professional. We have the professional relationship advisor here. He is well known to this.
Go on,
He
what's my
would
edit and
give
cut
great
that too.
advice on your relationship. So hit him up.
Edit and cut that too, right? So yeah, we more focusing on abusive relationships though, because in today's society, I mean, violence have been increasing.
A lot.
And it's not just increasing among stranger against stranger or gang against gang.
It's in everything.
It's in everything, all right? And more I've been recognizing how relationships now have becoming more controlled, you understand, and abusive and so on, and there's no freedom in it. You know? There's no joy in
I
it
think
anymore.
a lot of people getting stuck with their partner, and even though as bad as they might be, they still love that person, so they're sticking through it. So no matter what they do or how that person treat them, they still sticking through it because of that toxic love.
Toxic love.
Toxic love is
Toxic
exactly
love.
that's a whole nother topic.
All right. Well, let me read some stats, right? Overall, let's say in the world, right? Approximately 30% of women, that is 1 in every 3 women, right? They end up in an abusive relationship.
Wow.
Either real violence with intimate partner or a non-sexual partner, but yet they still end up in violence.
Okay.
So whether it's sexual or not sexual,
They're still in violence.
Right? And also is 1/3, 1 in every 3 women in Trinidad as well.
In Trinidad?
Yeah, in Trinidad.
Well, I
so-
wouldn't doubt it.
So if 3 all there going out, 1 all there in an abusive relationship,
I wonder
that
who
what
that
we're
might
trying to
be.
say. But let me focus on the impact on the youth.
Okay.
It's also 1 in 3 teenagers, regardless of gender, experience dating violence, with 1 in 4 experiencing abuse. You understand?
Okay.
So, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of things, right? That seeing that young people now are being impacted in abusive relationship, because I growing up, I always thought as adults who does end up in these type of things. Right?
Because that's what you might maybe seeing growing up, yeah?
Yeah. So, but now it's like is everybody.
Everybody, yeah, young, old,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who. And I think for me, from my own experience,
Have you ever experienced?
No. No.
Yeah,
I've never experienced it, but I've
Don't worry,
seen
I'll write
people.
to the fella one time. I'll pull up my sleeve and son, right?
Box?
Watch me.
Pull down the box.
Pon my hood. Yeah. Let me go.
No. I've never experienced that. Let's
All
get
right.
that
I
clear.
could say names now.
No. But from seeing, you will see people, I mean, almost not everybody in a relationship or have somebody, or might have that one person that they in that kind of relation with, and it doesn't really be too good, And plus, to growing up, yes, I'll share my business. My mother and father wasn't no best of people growing up.
Right.
I witnessed them fighting, cussing out each other, having that kind of relationship with each other, and obviously it didn't last, right? It didn't last at all. And I think it's more a mental thing, because me growing up seeing that, you know, some children might grow up seeing that and they might turn into that same person that they see because they see their parents doing that same thing. But I never had like that. I don't like hitting. I don't support hitting women or men, because, you know, too, men does get it too, eh?
Yeah, men does get it. Bad.
Yeah, I get it, men.
Bad. Huh?
Yeah, I get it. You can say no.
I can't.
We go roll up these sleeves.
I can't tell.
You can't say.
If I tell, I got to look out. You know,
Okay.
I got to write for you all kind of things.
I understand.
I can't tell, you know, I can't tell.
I understand.
Yeah, I have to watch my back now. I have to watch my back now. You understand?
Totally understand. But yeah, it's more for a mind thing that if you want to stay.
But here's the thing, yeah? Just like how you know highlight men in abusive relationship as well. If men go and report it, this woman beat him, man.
They most likely not get true.
Exactly.
They're most likely,
Only
but
gonna laugh at the men.
a woman, because I don't know why, and I too don't support that, because men too have feelings. All men matter. Everybody matters, right? It doesn't matter if you're a female or a male. If you're going through something, if everybody should be treated equally. And men tend to get treated less, because you all have this expectations, these high expectations. You understand?
Yes.
Because you're a man, you shouldn't cry. Because you're a man, you shouldn't have sad or down times. You know, you must always be up. You must always be strong. Have to deal with everything. But I don't know why they make the system like that. But if a woman go in the station and just share one tear, she mightn't even have to share that tear.
Yeah, she could even stop showing herself and blame the man, you know?
And they will go, jump in the big Jeep, and this poor little you with your hands behind your back. Yeah.
But here what is this scene, right? Young people growing up looking, they would get the direction or the advice from elders to focus on your career, right? Make sure no man if you are run around,
right?
Or waste your time or knock you up, you understand? They would say to have standards for yourself and make sure you seek the right type of fella, right? But however,
how do you know?
Exactly, that I'm not going to ask you. Well, I wouldn't know, you understand?
How do you know who is the right fella?
How do you know? But here's the scene. Before you answer, people think that they're meeting the right fella. But years later,
I was not going to say that. That is the exact thing. Years later, it's a totally different
person. And then we came across one of the things that strike up this topic is that we came across news that husbands now are drugging their wives so they could be raped by strangers. You understand?
That is crazy.
Where's the level of trust? Where's the level of trust? Because those are husbands. We're not even talking about boyfriends.
Okay, exactly. That is somebody you committed to, who you vow to, who you have a whole life with. You trust this person.
And the thing is, you have kids for this person.
Exactly, and you will never ever guess that these people drugging you.
So let's rewind now and say, okay, so how do you know you are going with the right person? This person could be a doctor, it could be a lawyer, whatever.
It could be a very, very, very innocent person. You will never expect it from them. And that is what they would do. I don't think it have a particular way to know that if this person is the right person, because I don't think everybody perfect.
True.
Nobody is perfect. Everybody must have some level of flaws or whatever in them. But then it have those who are totally ruthless. You understand? Exactly like who you just said, husbands drugging their wives so they could rape them and whatnot. Who in their mind, how you would know this person would do that to you if you're going with them? And then to everything that starts off in the, what did I call it, the honeymoon phase?
Honeymoon phase. I wonder how long the honeymoon phase is last for.
I have no idea, you know?
Well, I don't know, because the thing is, men switching on women after decades, you understand, of being together. So it's not like honeymoon phase per se.
But why? I want to know, what is the reason they would even think to do that to their woman?
I think it could be, how to say, a vice.
A vice, yeah. That's a very, very, very good thing to a vice, but
like
you
they
have
want to spice up something, like they yearn for.
Yeah, but what?
Some kind of.
What in your mind would even? Why would that be your vice? What making that be your vice to go and drug your whole woman, to allow other men or even probably women, you never know, to come and sexually assault your own woman?
Control.
Oh.
They want to showcase their dominance over.
Yes, that's exactly what they had said in the article as well.
Yeah.
They want to control.
Control. And so it are some men there out there who love to control women from the inception, and by the time that she say yes to the relationship, that is
control.
That is the end of her freedom right there.
And then it have those who, it have women who have a high standard. You understand? And then they might meet a man who have maybe a high standard as well, but that man probably never experienced a woman with such level of high standard. And then, she probably has her own thing, she own work. She don't really need the guy per se, but she have feelings for him, so that is the only reason he's there.
Right.
It's not for any other reasons for anything. And then the guy mightn't like that and feel like, he's the man, he should be in control or something like that. And then I don't know if that is what it has turned them to go into this whole drugging thing and, to allow other people to come and to feel that level of control, because, this woman, she had a...
She controlling.
Yeah, she controlled it. So let me get some kind of
revenge. But it could be in the minority, because I want to give the woman the upper hand in these type of cases.
And with that same thing too, when men find women like that, they tend to not treat that particular woman right.
So true.
They tend to go outside because they're not getting that level of control with her. So let me go and get it from somebody else. But they love this one, so they keep in this one because
Well, then too, according to what you're trying to say there, is that some men might try to express in their own way. Honey, you're too controlling, and now say this, but you saying that, and we have to go with what you say, and that kind of stuff.
But not in that way of controlling, but just to say, it's like a standard. It's not really controlling. She just have a standard within herself that he cannot accept.
Okay.
You understand? So he would tend to probably not treat her right, but the relationship going all right. It's just she has she thinks she probably she don't really need him, and men love women who need them, so that's where they could exactly. So that's where the controlling start. That's where they go start to feel like, yes, because you need me for this, you had to take whatever I give you.
I was talking to some woman over the week, married woman, and I said, because I was curious, because I said, in my personality is that I rather my woman to be independent than totally dependent. You understand? Have independence, have ambition for yourself, have fun, and you understand them kind of stuff. And they say no. They say true, we could be independent, but they rather be dependent on the men.
No.
You understand?
No.
They rather the man drive. They rather the man take ownership. The man do this or whatever.
I understand, but as you say, to still have your own things, to still be dependent on your own self, at least have a level of foundation. It's not that you necessarily need this guy to drive. Make sure you could drive as well, you understand? Don't make sure you could cook. You don't need this man to cook. Make sure you have your money. You don't need this man to give you money. If he
Why give up your job for just because?
Exactly. If he chooses to drive, if he chooses to give you money, that should just be a plus to you.
Because I know of some men who would tell their woman, leave that job.
And come let me mind it.
And come let me mind it.
I would never.
And they would leave it. And
I would. Mean, unless you're that.
but still, because it showcased that the independence.
Nah, I really had to make sure myself in order, and anything anybody ever tried to give me should only be a plus. You understand? So but it would be nice to to have a guy willingly come out and say, babe, here, hold this, or babe, I see you need this, so here, hold that. Not because I want you to do it, you choose to do it,
But here's the next scene too, is that what causes a woman not to leave a relationship, an abusive relationship? Toxic. No matter the age.
Toxic love, a love bond or something like that. I don't know. I can't say I experienced a toxic relationship.
Right.
I mean, an abusive relationship, maybe toxic in not in no abuse sense or whatever.
Yeah.
But I somehow was in something similar like that, you know.
Yeah.
And not that I couldn't leave, I just didn't want to leave because I choose to stay to work
Right.
through it. You know.
So do y'all think that y'all could fix the man or something like that? Or?
Fix the man? I don't think I can fix no man.
No, but is it a thought pattern that goes through all the head that you all give the man chance after chance?
Yeah,
that
something like that.
Okay,
Yeah, we do.
Things are wrong.
Yep, you know, that is exactly chance after chance after chance, and there's always be hoping maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time, and then when you do check, it's years you giving this guy chance after chance after chance, and then sometimes reality does had a hit, and you had to put your foot down and say, here, well, this ain't working. You know, I ain't seeing no changes, and it's up to you. But then too, this person might not be treating you the best, but you somehow still have a lot of love for them. So that and all could be the reason why they're staying. But you see, abuse, where somebody come in and slap it or
down,
kicking you and doing them thing, I can't say because I've never went through that, but I would never ever stay in something like that, no matter of love, no matter if this person have the world of money or making me, you know.
And the thing is, I've heard and seen young people, young women, bright, pretty, but yet they physically being abused, right? And the guy could just say the words sorry or whatever, or he might even threaten her. And
that is what I was going to say.
And she would still stay, even though she have a bright future ahead of her if she leaves.
Some of them do threaten, and some women probably do want to leave. They want to leave bad, and the man might know that as well, and then he will go on to threatening her, if you leave, I'll kill you, if you leave, I'll do this, if you leave, I'll do that, and then they have no other choice but to stay in this thing that they really want to get out of. And then probably they're looking for help, and again, no help nowhere. They're feeling stuck. They have no assistance in getting out of this. They're frightened, so you know they stay. But I hope that everybody or anybody who is going through that out there, you find some sort of help.
Yeah, because it's really baffled me why a woman just got ups and leave, you know, ups and leave for the. If you have kids with the person, still leave because some women tend to stay. Some women tend to stay. They say they stay because of the kids, but the kids could be freer.
Exactly. With all that going on,
you know what too is that they tend not to leave because obviously they were too dependent on the man. So if they leave, they will leave with nothing.
Nothing, exactly.
And they have nothing to lean on.
And we all go back, let me rewind and go back to what we was just saying about dependency.
Yeah.
You understand? Make sure you have your own level of everything, so you don't need this man for nothing. Even men, you know, it has some men that is dependent on women as well, right?
Yeah. In today's society,
it has some men that is dependent on women.
That's right. Oh my goodness, I was be like, serious?
Yes.
Everything
is she doing it. The gas in the car, she putting it. The food in the house is she who putting it. But then to have guys who doing the same thing for women, she don't have to do absolutely nothing other than cook, wash, or clean. He taking care of everything else. So it's really a hard thing to weigh out, you know?
I think every relationship out there is unique, and they all have their ups and downs and the pros and cons. But how do they make the right choice in the right time? You know, whether it's to stay or to leave or to improve or what, you know, because you have to remember to, you can't forget you were an individual beforehand.
Exactly.
Right? Don't forget who you are. Why are you in this world? What is the purpose of you being in this world? Your purpose in this world is not just towards one man or one woman.
No.
Your purpose in this world is towards the betterment and impact in the entire world.
And you know, and
so
this is where the youths come in.
Right.
Because they would meet somebody, but I talking about a young person, right? They will meet somebody and everything, their focus is on this person. You understand? especially young girls.
They forget about education.
They forget about education, they forget about themselves, they forget about what they want, who they are, and their whole focus is upon this relationship or this person. And a lot of young girls going with a lot of older men who have their things already, who have their work, who have their subjects, who have everything. And what you have? You studying this guy, you understand? You studying to go out and he treating you nice, he giving you everything, so you feel like your life set already based on what this guy gives you.
And especially if that relationship end up sexual as well.
Exactly. It gone more deep. You're going intimate with this person now. So, and then too, this guy know you way younger than him. He feel like he had the whole control over you.
True.
You understand? So everything you say, because you know this guy older than you, he have more experience than you will take it. You will go with that. You would believe that this person know what they're talking about, and sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. You understand? They might lead you on to things that is not for you. At this time, I should say. You understand? Because this is the time in your life where you should be building yourself. You know, should be finding yourself. We did an episode on that already, right?
Yeah.
You know,
finding yourself.
Finding yourself. And then when 10 years pass, 15 years pass, you old, you don't know what you like to eat. You don't know what's your...
Because you only cooking what he
like. Exactly. You don't know anything about yourself because you spend your younger years on this person, and it might be one person.
So true.
It could just be multiple people that they try to go with and it just didn't work out. So sad.
So what other advice would you give a young person out there? You just give them a good advice, but what other advice you would give them, especially if they're in an abusive relationship?
Abusive, look for help. Seek help one time. And if you feel like, especially if you're in one that the person threatening you understand, it have help. It have people that could help you with these things, you understand?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid if he going to... A man can say, all right, I'm coming to kill you. You understand? He just telling you this because why? He don't want you to leave. This is what he like. He don't care what you like. So yeah, seek help. It have people that would help you. And don't ever stick in something because of love. You understand? Especially abusive relationship, toxic relationship. Don't ever stick in anything like that because of love. It have a lot of people out there. You would find new people. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Come closer. Right? Men know how to treat you women, right? True women, this be hard to understand. Yes, true.
Yeah, we're very difficult at times.
Very difficult at times, very nagging at times. But build that tolerance, build that patience, build that love and desire to care for, you understand, to be kind to embrace them with love holistically. When you are at your end points, take a walk, right? Take a swallow, take a deep breath, right? Don't walk in the bar being talking about going and drink down and smoke down the place, and then they come back even more rowdy. Take a walk, go for a run, go and play some football or something, come back and say sorry. Be the first one to say sorry, even though you are right. Say sorry, whether you're right or you're wrong. But the fact is, there should not be an option where you would raise your hand or your feet against the woman or even the children that is around. You understand?
Exactly.
Have some respect for them and have some respect for your own gender, because of the fact that it have young men out here who actually doing the right things, but because of all we hearing all men are dogs. You understand? All men are dogs.
Yeah.
I used to tell them, hey, I is a certain type of species, I is not a man. It's not a man. Right? So come on, we could do this. We could be gentlemen. You understand? Let us be gentlemen and let us lead in the right direction. And our Trinidad and Tobago and the world lacking leadership.
Exactly.
Proper leadership. You
Yep.
understand? And the men have to put on their boots, you understand? Put on their pants. Right?
tie a tie.
And
be that man.
You know, men is not only about providing.
No.
Right? And security, right? No, it's about being loving and kind to your children and your wife.
Yeah.
You understand? Even to your girlfriend. Show them the right way. Encourage them in their dreams. Don't forget that they were individuals too. You know, we have our dreams. That's true. So we will desire their support in ours. Vice versa. Let us support their own too.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, and when everybody come together, we're going out in one direction, right? Building a kingdom together. So, fellas, do better. Right? So we come to the end of the podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
I love this topic. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. We might check it out soon, maybe again later down. But hey, put in the comments. Let us know about your stories,
your
about,
relationship,
exactly,
even and why you stay.
Why you stay? What is your advice to other women out there, or even men? Men, put in your piece as well. Comment, share, subscribe. Laters.